Okay, let's take a look at November 49 Golf Foxtrot. It is a 2007 Kitfox Series 7. It was originally a Sky Star, which has now become the Kitfox. So it's a Kitfox Series 7. It's you can change it from nose wheel to tail wheel. It started out as a nose wheel. That's the way we received it when we purchased it in 2015, and we promptly put the tail wheel on it, put the tail on the ground the proper way. Has around, I believe I'll need to take a look at the Hobbs meter, but I think it's got about 185 hours or so. There's no accident history. I don't believe it's ever been damaged. I am the second owner. The original owner, builder, lives in Colorado. That's where we took delivery of it, and we trucked it down. That happened in 2015. It had 8 hours total time since new on the airplane in the books when we took delivery of it, and we went through it with a fine-tooth comb, and we've been flying it ever since. It went to Oshkosh last year, 2018. And now let's get in close and take a look at some of the details. We just flew it today, and I'm going to try and show every little detail that you would want to know before you come take a look and make your decision. Back to these, there's a little bit of, you can see just a little bit of bending on the sheet metal, and that was attributable because it is a folding wing. It does have folding wing capability, and if you're not careful with the flaperons, you can cause that little bit of damage, that little bit of bent metal. You can see where the closeout sheet metal could use a little attention to detail, use some a paint job. When this airplane originally started out, it had the trim tabs, which were normal for that year, and we have deactivated those trim tabs, took off all the hardware, and gone to a trimmable horizontal stabilizer. You'll see just a little bit. There was a little patch right there. I think that was either some hanger rash or something that occurred with either the wings folded or during transport. But get a good look at the tail end. Again, it started out as a nose wheel, and we changed it over to a and when we took delivery of it, we flew it that way. We still have those components, but we've been flying it as a tail wheel for the last 150 hours. There's a little bit of, you can see at the top of the vertical and the rudder, there's a little bit of dirtiness from handling and or when it was being transported or stored. Again, we put some clear tapes, gap seal, so you see that, and you see where we had taped out the trim tabs. We were going to recover the elevator component at some point and completely eliminate the trim tabs and put in a welded, chromoly tubing trailing edge We just never got to that. The original owner builder is the nicest gentleman, and he built it with his son. They're still in Colorado, and you could probably speak with them with reference to anything that if you had questions. This was a factory fuselage, factory wings. Here's one more little bugaboo right there. We'll get that cockpit opened up and get a little bit better look in there. You can see how you still have a little bit of that on your flaperons. This airplane is not perfect, and what you see is what you get, but it is a lot of fun. It's a great flying little airplane. It's very, very, very Kitfox, and it runs out real nicely, real well. We've got some LED landing lights that we put in. Obviously, we got the position and strobe lights. It's got a heated pitot-static. It's got the composite fairings. We're running some 21-inch Tundra tires. It's a 3-bladed in-flight adjustable Ivo prop. And we've got a Rotex 912 100 horse. Everything was brand new. Everything was brand new when this airplane was started and put together. And it's been good. It's been good. You'll note a tiny little drip from the radiator fluid, and that is attributable to a fitting at the back of the engine on the water pump. That is a static situation. It does not leak in flight, but it will give you a couple of drips after you shut it down. I think the tires have maybe 100 hours on them. It's clean, it's straight, it flies real nicely. The Rotex engine and the propeller are exactly what you would expect. No surprises there. Obviously the Dynon to the left, EIS underneath it, running a Bendix King stack through the center. It was all brand new when this airplane was built. Added an extra airspeed to the right side. Have a ram mount. We're using an iPad mini with 4-flight. We've got the adjustable rudder pedals, brakes on both sides. Currently the throttle is in the center. We're looking at taking it to a setup, putting it more on the panel like what a lot of people run, and we actually have that throttle cable. We have not made that change yet, but we actually do have it. It's something we were looking at doing. This airplane went to Oshkosh, and it took myself and a buddy and a bunch of camping gear, a couple of tents, a couple of sleeping bags, the whole 9 yards. And we made that flight in one day, and it ran out real nice. And that is November 49 Golf Foxtrot. If you've got any other questions, call me up, ask me. I got nothing to hide on this airplane. It is what it is. It's been real good. I'm simply making a move to another airplane. I think it'll be good for somebody. Y'all take care.